Hello, everybody, Aaron here, and I'm with Lolian.
Hey guys,
And welcome back to Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand.
getting into it.
Yeah.
People should actually be here.
Yeah, we skipped to like 8 in the morning, so presumably people are in work at 8. Maybe it's 9. I don't know. Henrik, you here? You are. Good, excellent.
Greetings.
Did you know the deputy curator who was here before me?
Hurricane Sunny?
I'm
I'm afraid I did.
afraid
If he
I
wasn't
did.
losing paperwork or setting off the fire alarm, he was cornering our visitors with his theory that the Maya were abducted by aliens. I'm afraid you'll be cleaning up his messes for a while.
Good thing I'm just a temp. Packing
I'm
materials.
supposed to order more packing supplies, but the company says they won't do business with us anymore. Does Beach Hill have bills it can't pay?
No comment.
But Henrik, how am I supposed to get this order taken care of?
I hereby absolve you of that task. If Joanna wants things shipped, she can stuff them into garbage bags for all I care.
Good heavens.
That's quite professional. So we just need to put that pottery piece together,
Yeah.
and we're missing one of the pieces.
I'm not sure what to do with those shards of pottery Joanna left for me.
Play around with those pieces until you've reconstructed the pot they once were. There may be a few extraneous pieces. Likewise, you may find yourself on a scavenger hunt for a piece or two, if I know Sunny June.
Can I give that ham radio a try?
Absolutely not. The radio is a tool, not a toy. One has to be extremely careful about the kind of information one sends out over the airwaves. And I do not have time to monitor you. And besides, the vacuum tubes have been terribly fussy lately. If another one blows, I think I'll go mental.
Fair enough.
What is the Spectro X Archeo analyzer for?
It's used for identifying chemical compounds that are found on
Ah,
artifacts, traces
gotcha.
of ink, blood, charcoal, and other substances. The beauty of the machine is that it can collect these traces without damaging the artifact in any way. But it cost us a fortune, so don't fiddle with it unless you get Joanna's permission.
Fair enough.
I mean, I guess
Joanna
we'll
turned me loose
go through the
without
whole
too
thing.
many
May as well.
instructions. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, as you've probably heard, the museum is closed in preparation for the exhibit, so you'll have free run of the place. Please explore. The sooner you get to know your way around, the better. Think of the lab as your home base, your center of communications. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you will leave a note or a voicemail here, so check in often. I'm very busy with my work, so you're going to have to be pretty independent, but I suspect you wouldn't have it any other way.
Fair enough. You're right.
See you around, Henrik.
That will be fine.
Will it? Will it, though?
So I think we're still missing a piece of pottery. Do we just have the one that we picked up in the shipping room?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the other one is... I don't think... Is it all the way through all those?
I don't think it is.
So did we just look around that other area again? Up here? Because my brain's telling... No, not there. My brain's telling me it's up here somewhere. Is it up?
Ah.
I got it. I got it. I didn't look at everything. I'm not a true Nancy Drew fan. I didn't click every little thing. Ha. Oh my gosh. Stop it.
There.
Looks like-
now I can start putting this together.
Looks like the game had the last laugh.
Obviously. You flip
I
these.
think it's the middle piece that goes on the bottom. The bottom middle piece goes
This one?
to the left of what's on there.
Excellent. one more turn, I think, for this one. Cool. Give me this piece. It's gonna be this piece. And that's gonna be this piece.
That's done.
Nice. So go check off on the list. Then check the voicemail, I guess?
You have no voice.
Okay, so I guess we check in with Joanna.
Probably. You're like, hey, we've done everything on the list. I know the last guy couldn't do anything, but obviously I am not him. Thank heavens.
Come in.
Why do you sound like you're talking through a radio?
She kind of does.
How are the tasks coming along?
Do you, by any chance, know what animal Pakal was afraid of?
Afraid I can't help you there.
When did Henrik come on board?
I got an email from him one day saying he heard the news about Beach Hill getting the monolith. He said he'd drop everything to come here and translate those glyphs. He was even willing to take a pay cut. What could I say except giddy up? You're hired.
Where was he working before?
At the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center in New Mexico.
I've got work to do.
See you around.
Seems suspicious.
Yeah.
He did have a thing on his desk from them, but why would he have a thing on his desk from them?
That's a
A
great
business
question.
card. Of all things.
I see you succeeded in reconstructing that Maya pot. Do you know what the glyph on it means?
No, I was hoping you could tell me.
Place name glyphs are some of the rarest and most difficult to translate. Even most of my colleagues wouldn't have a clue about this one. Ah, but I'm a rare breed myself, Nancy, and this is one of my areas of expertise.
In the words of Nicholas Falcone, come on, spill it.
The glyph on that pot signifies the great ancient Maya city of Copan in Honduras. There happens to be a very important dig going on there right now.
Really?
Why is it so important?
When you've been researching a civilization for over half your life, you get very excited about any new evidence that is found. I'm keeping
enough.
up with the action by ham radio.
That's why you don't want anyone to
See you
mess with your
around,
ham radio.
Henrik.
Will do.
That makes sense.
Okay. What's that business card? 1505 555 1222. 505 555 1222.
Makes sense.
Do we have to hit the 1? Is that how we have to call out here?
Maybe.
You have
1222.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, never mind.
Maybe not. So 555 1222.
You didn't
No.
hit 9. Huh.
Nope. Because I already hit 9 when I picked up the phone.
I gotcha.
Interesting. Why is that not working? Is it a fake number? Is this a fake number?
I don't think
Looks fake.
so. Maybe we
Game
just
Hen
can't
Way.
call in this room specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could call it the
Hotel?
the hotel. And considering we don't have anything else right now,
Howdy.
See you around, Henrik.
I suspect you will.
if you were from New Mexico, you'd say that a lot more.
Authentically.
Probably. I don't know. I'm not from New Mexico. I say howdy, but I'm from Idaho, so
That's fair.
what do you expect? You have anything
How
to
are
say?
the tasks coming along?
I've
They're
got work to
done.
do.
I don't
See
have
you
work to do.
around.
Okay, let's go and call the center thing. Colonial Hotel. Brandon wants to say Colonial Museum every time I click on it. Why?
Good question.
Okay. Different phone.
Maybe try one?
And you have to do one for them, so.
That should work.
Maybe? Oh, different ring. It's ringing. Still just ringing.
They're all busy.
Apparently. No one's there to answer the phone. No one's there to answer the phone. Okay.
Good old Franklin.
Have we met Franklin Rose?
Roswell, Jackson,
No.
and Rose. May I speak to Franklin Rose, please? Who may I say is calling? This is Nancy Drew. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, great to hear from you. How's the internship treating you? Are Joanna and Henrik showing you the ropes?
No. Yeah, okay. The royal
So
that,
far, so
that did
good,
say
I
royal
think.
palladium.
There's a lot of work to do before we launch this exhibit, but somehow we'll pull it off.
Glad to hear you're settling in. I'm off to a meeting, but feel free to call me if you have any questions.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
You just gonna ring too, Bess and George? Huh?
That's so odd.
What is happening here? Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk to
Just
me.
broke the game, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Nobody knows.
Apparently, we can't look at our suitcase.
Not in this game, apparently. Even though we could in previous games.
Do we talk to, is it Alejandro?
I mean, we can.
I'm kind of at a loss.
I'm a little bit too.
I know there's one thing that we haven't experienced that we're supposed to at this point,
Yeah,
but
I don't know how we
Buenos
experienced that.
dias.
I should get
Okay,
back to the
that's just
museum.
Providence and
Adios,
stuff.
Nancy.
Well, actually, you know
Buenos
what?
dias.
Because of
Earlier,
what
you
one
said
of them
that
was.
Some artifacts have questionable provenance. What does that mean?
An artifact's provenance is the story of its origin and ownership. For example, how it made its way from a temple at Chichen Itza to a museum in Washington, D.C. If the artifact's provenance reveals that it has been stolen, then that artifact must be returned to the country of its origin.
Fair enough.
yeah, makes sense.
Then the relics at Beach Hill must all be legitimate, right?
No, not at all. Provenance documents are often tampered with or forged to cover up the theft. Because of this, thefts continue and a great deal of art is moved on the black market even today. Unethical art dealers and greedy museum curators do nothing to stop this.
Are you suggesting Beach Hill is involved in these kinds of misdealings?
If Joanna Riggs or that overstuffed pillowhead Sinclair had any decency, they would take measures to see that all Maya artifacts were returned to Mexico at once where they belong.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Joanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea a small museum like Beach Hill could afford such an expensive arrangement.
Trust me, they can't.
You consider Henrik a conquistador, along with Joanna Riggs and Sinclair?
Henrik is a student of my culture and my heritage, not trying to buy and sell it. We don't agree on everything, especially not baseball, but I have nothing against him.
I should get back to the museum.
Fair enough.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Guten Tag. Wait, that's German.
Not quite the right language.
What? How can you be sure?
I'm fairly positive.
All languages are the same, aren't they? English, German, French, Latin. They're all just the same, right?
Sure, sure.
I'm not in the right place.
Should we try checking out the monolith?
Maybe.
Interesting.
There it is.
Who's
Nancy
walking
Drew,
about?
or should
Oh,
I say, Detective Drew.
Oh, my
I'm
heart.
Sinclair.
Fair enough.
Who told you I was a detective?
I was at a meeting with the BOD recently, and I caught wind of your appointment and your credentials. Very impressive, if I do say so myself.
I don't like your
Well, I'm
mustache.
not on a case right
Yeah,
now.
no,
That's
it's
for sure.
rough.
It's
I'm the
sketch.
new deputy curator, remember?
It's just painted on.
So, how's this for a specimen? Ever seen $1 million worth of rock before?
Do diamonds count?
Ouch. Well, they did say you were sharp. Seriously, though, thank goodness you're here. I'm afraid the museum may be in terrible jeopardy.
Why does that not sound legit?
What kind of jeopardy?
Joanna told me to butt out, but I'm so fond of Beach Hill, I just hate to see it
Ugh.
fall prey to scoundrels.
What
Scoundrels.
scoundrels?
It's a sensitive subject. Meet me in my office later and I'll explain everything then.
Where's your office?
707 Bing Cherry Boulevard. I've got to go. Enjoy your first day at Beach Hill.
It's not my first day. This is like day 2. Maybe 3. I don't even know anymore.
Time's going by at some sort of pace.
Yeah.
Can't be sure.
Ugh. Fake bird sounds drive me crazy. I'll lose my mind one of these days.
Howdy.
See you around, Henrik.
I suspect you will.
I mean, assumedly we work in the same office, so we just go see Sinclair, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can do at the moment.
Taylor Sinclair's office.
I did think that the cast of this
Characters was small.
Yeah. I was like, there's gotta be another person.
Yeah, fair enough. Taylor Sinclair's office.
It's about time. Oh, my fears are like maggots infesting my
Ugh.
poor old carcass. Want a cookie? They're from Oaxaca.
No, thank you. You said Beach Hill is in jeopardy. I need to know why.
The art world is being ransacked, Nancy. Prudence Rutherford, a major patron of the arts, had her fire ruby necklace stolen from her villa in Topeka. 2 weeks later, a whole display case
Why
full
does
of
she
rare
have a
Maya
villa in
artifacts was
Topeka?
heisted from a museum
Yeah,
in New
why would you want a
Mexico.
villa in Topeka? Why would you want anything in Kansas? Sorry if you're from Kansas. It's a joke. I live in the Midwest. It's a joke.
Do you think there's a connection between the two thefts?
Who knows? I'm just telling you, this community, our friends and colleagues, my people are being systematically trounced by thugs. Who's to say Beach Hill won't be next? You've got to do something.
Doesn't Beach Hill have a security system in place?
The museum has a basic alarm system, but it's not exactly state-of-the-art. I've urged Joanna to approach the board about making some security upgrades, but she just keeps saying that the timing isn't right to ask for money.
It's probably true.
I
Yeah.
understand your concern, but what can I do to help?
We need your eagle eyes. We need your bat ears.
Ooh.
We need you to sniff out the stink of trouble.
Just imagine Nancy with literal eagle eyes and bad ears.
That's kind of horrifying.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I'm just a detective, you know. I'm not bionic.
Don't play modest mouse with me.
Nosy Parker? What?
Okay, no more flattery. Hey, that's an interesting piece, there by your desk. Something tells me it's not a Maya artifact.
How about that rubber shark? The artist's name is Poppy Dada. She's a teenager in South Dakota. The art world is going bananas over her stuff. I'll unload that one for some serious dinero.
Is Poppy Dada her real name?
I don't know.
Joanna says you performed an act of wizardry in helping Beach Hill acquire the Pakal carving.
Getting those Provenance docs together was a pig and a half. Oh, they're on the up and up, I assure you. But to have been at the height of my career back before the crackdown, those were the days.
What crackdown?
Maybe sometime I'll tell you a sad story I call How Mexico Lost Its Sense of Humor. Not today, though, Nancy.
Sounds like you were doing illegal things.
Yeah.
Alejandro says you're unethical, a modern-day conquistador, that you're robbing Mexico of its cultural history.
And I say Alejandro is the real bully of the playground, a lunch money extortionist who loves nothing more than to see the other boys and girls go hungry.
When you sell a piece of art, what kind of commission do you get?
Standard, 10%. It's no king's ransom, unless of course you sell something for $1 million. Too bad I'm not allowed to put that monolith on the market, huh?
That's a little sketch.
Do you, by any chance, know what animal Pakal was afraid of?
You've got me there.
I'd better get going.
Keep up the good work.
Poppy Dada, huh?
Yep,
Beach Hill, I guess?
I guess so.
I guess see if Joanna has anything to say.
Come in.
It wouldn't hurt.
How are the tasks coming along?
Do you think Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
I've got work to do.
It's very
Semper
helpful,
ubi
Joanna.
sabubi.
Semper Ubi Sabubi.
That's right. I remember Semper Ubi Sabubi.
Do you? Do you remember Semper Ubi Sabubi?
I do.
Oh, Hendrik, why hast thou forsaken me?
Any voicemails?
It's noon.
You have
No,
Still nothing new on the checklist.
no, I don't think checklist ever changes. Order ASAP. Or don't, because we don't like you.
It's locked. It's locked.
Worth shot.
It's locked.
Yes, Nancy, I'm aware it's locked.
I think Heinrich's a little smarter than to give you a pair of keys to his own desk.
I mean, he didn't give me the keys, so.
Uh-oh.
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
Dun dun dun. We've been hit. Who
Oh
hit me?
no!
I mean,
I don't
Hendrik
know.
wasn't at his desk, so.
That's true. There's at least 3 people it could have been.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I should talk to Joanna before I touch anything.
Oh, come on,
Fair
Nancy.
enough.
You're a detective. You're supposed to put your fingerprints everywhere, right?
Come in. Come in. Come in.
You tired of it yet?
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
That's so.
I'm sorry about the theft, Joanna. It must be a terrible loss for the museum.
That's the understatement of the year.
Did the police find any clues around the display case?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
What were their initial findings?
Who knows? Right now, my priority is to get a move on this insurance claim.
I've got work to do.
See you
Seems
around.
suspicious. Why immediately jump to the insurance claim? Like, yes, I get that you have to do that because for reasons, but don't they normally wait for at least some information from the police?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not really anything else to look at there. You're still gone, Hendrik? It's only 9? Is that PM?
Unsure.
Time unclear. Don't know what time it is.
Come in.
You have anything else to say?
Need something?
Have you seen Henrik? I found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Sorry, Joanna. I thought I was supposed to go to Henrik with all my glyph questions.
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means.
Magician?
Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there. What I want to know is what the hand was printed with. It's obviously not finger paint. Why don't you do a little analysis on it in the lab?
I haven't seen Henrik since the theft. Where do you think he could be?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Is that your
Steps
answer
away.
for everything?
Obviously. Okay, so that's giving us permission to use the spectral analyzer thingamaboober.
Uh-oh.
These scenes are back to back.
Oh, no.
He's a dead man.
Poor Henrik.
Someone dial 911.
Amnesia? Wow. Henrik must have taken a real nosedive off that pyramid. Do you think he just fell, Nancy? Or was he pushed?
Most likely pushed.
Sounds like you need to find out about hospital visiting hours. Yeah, but you'd better get the lowdown from Joanna first. George is right. She is your supervisor, after all.
And they just hang up on me. They're just like, here's your information on what you should do next.
I haven't talked to you for the whole game, and when I finally hear your guys' voice, you're very insistent to get off the phone with me.
Obviously.
Can't go to the
chill.
hospital straight away.
Yeah, I was trying to I was like, wait a second, where am I supposed to go? Incident after incident.
Come in.
Yeah, poor Joanna. She's like, I'm
First,
about to
the
pull my
Pakal
hair off.
carving is stolen, and now my star glyph man bumps his head and forgets his own name. What's next, Nancy? Del Rio pulls the plug on the monolith. The board clams up on my funding. My mother posts my old prom pictures on the internet.
Yes, all of the above will happen, I promise you.
Take it easy, Joanna. I'm sure everything is going to be okay.
What I need from you right now is action, not commentary, Nancy.
Fair
Will
enough.
you follow up with the hospital and see if there's anything we can do to get Henrik's marbles back?
I'll call right away.
You can also pick up Henrik's mail if he gets any. Keep the lab in order and just try to help me keep the entire museum from going up in smoke.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, sounds like we got a
Bye.
lot of work ahead of me.
A little bit.
So, call hospital. What, do you just dial 911 and get to the hospital? Do I have a phone number for the hospitale? Nancy, something came up and I'll be gone for a bit. Your mission, in the meantime, run through the temple activities to verify that all questions can be answered based on all info available elsewhere in the museum. We don't want a little rascal rebellion on our hands when the exhibit opens. Now, do we? Be back ASAP. Thanks, Henrik.
Obviously, he left that before
Check
he fell.
voicemail often.
You have voicemail. Press 0 to...
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose. I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well, I think I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
This message is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy. This
Nurse
is Nurse
Bluefoot.
calling from Eleanor Roosevelt.
Roosevelt Memorial Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun. I believe you're a colleague of his? Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has repeated your name several times in states of semi-consciousness. As we've been unable to contact any of his family members, we're hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line is 202-555-4000. Thank you.
To replay messages, press 0.